So today I am going to read a book called Young Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream. Um, just going to share, I'm going to start reading some more books about what's happening because sometimes it's easier to get through to them through books instead of, mixing up our words or maybe not saying the right thing or them not understanding. So, our book for today. Young Martin Luther King Jr., I Have a Dream. Martin Luther King Jr. was a great American. He led black people in their struggle to win the same rights that white people have. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15, 1929. His family called him ML. The King family spent a lot of time in church. Reverend King was the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. ML loved to sit and listen to his father preach. ML loved sports too. He and his friends played football, baseball, and basketball. ML was one of the best players. One day when ML was 6 years old, his friend's mother told him he could not play with her sons anymore. "We're white and you're colored," she said. Was that a very nice thing to say? No, I don't think so. ML went home crying because he was sad. He didn't understand why the color of his skin should make a difference to anyone. ML's mother gave him a hug. Then she told him a story. I know hugs make us all feel better when we're sad or upset. ML's mother told him that at one time many black people in America were slaves. They had to work hard for white families and do whatever they were told. Now there were no more slaves, but some white people still treated blacks unfairly. "You are just as good as anyone else," ML's mother told him, "and don't you forget it." As Martin grew older, he learned there were many bad laws that treated blacks unfairly. Black children and white children had to go to different schools. There were playgrounds, restaurants, and hotels where only white people could go. In stores, blacks had to stand in the back and wait until all the white customers had been helped first. That's not fair, is it? No. These laws made Martin very sad, and it makes me sad too. He wanted to do something to change them, so he studied hard in school. He read all the times. Sometimes he'd spend the whole allowance on books. Martin finished high school when he was only 15 years old. Then he went to Morehouse College in Atlanta. While he was there, Martin decided he would be a minister, just like his father. Later, Martin went to school in Boston. There he met a pretty girl named Coretta Scott. They fell in love. Soon, she became Mrs. King. In 1954, Martin got his first job as a pastor in Montgomery, Alabama. Something important was about to happen there. In 1955, a black woman named Rosa Parks was riding a bus home after a long day at work. When the bus driver told her to give up her seat to a white man, Miss Parks said no. She was arrested and put in jail. If someone was sitting in a seat first, do you think that they should get up and move when somebody else comes on? No. If they want to be polite and give up their seat and offer it to somebody else, that's a really nice thing to do. But nobody should have to move, especially Rosa Parks, just because of the color of her skin. The black people in Montgomery were very angry. They decided not to ride the buses until the law was changed. Martin helped lead this protest. For almost a year, black people walked or shared car rides with friends because they didn't want to ride the bus anymore. The bus company lost a lot of money. Finally, the law was changed. Black people could sit wherever they wanted, as they should be able to. After that, Martin led protests all over the South. Many times people were hurt. Sometimes Martin was arrested. No matter what happened, Martin always said, "Love your enemies." He would not use violence as a weapon. He believed in peace. Right? Just like we talk about, violence is not the solution. Sometimes you need to just use your words and try a peaceful approach first. In 1963, Martin spoke to a huge group of people in Washington, D.C. "I have a dream," he told them. He dreamed that someday all Americans would be treated equally, no matter what they looked like, no matter what the color of their skin was. In 1964, Martin won a very important award called the Nobel Peace Prize. It showed that the whole world admired his efforts for peace and freedom. Sadly, not everybody believed in peace. On April 4th, 1968, a man killed Martin outside his motel room in Memphis, Tennessee. Martin Luther King Jr. had helped to change many unfair laws, and he showed all Americans how important it is to love and respect each other. Right? It's important to love and respect everybody, no matter what. No matter what they look like, no matter the color of their skin, no matter where they came from. It's important to love everybody, and that was what Martin Luther King Jr. was all about. He was about being kind and respecting and loving everybody, no matter where they come from, no matter what they look like, and no matter what the color of their skin is. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this story and can talk about it at home. All right. Thanks, everyone.